Hey guys, it's Derek from Pacific Coast Auto here in Japan. We're taking a look at a 2003 Volkswagen Lupo GTI. So this is the sports car version of the Lupo. These days is getting to be a little bit of a popular car because of its 16-valve 1.6 liter and the very short wheelbase light vehicle, especially for the era in which this came out. Now, these are one of my favorites, and I'm on Team Volkswagen because I own a Volkswagen myself. And so this car gets my seal of approval. I do want to have a Lupo GTI. I guess I've got kind of its bigger brother myself. And well, let's take a look at this car. It was bought from auction here in Japan, and this one's going to be sent to Canada under the 15-year import regulation rule. So what makes the Lupo GTI a really excellent car is the 1.6 liter twin cam engine, whereas the regular engines, there are a few of them, but a 1.4 liter or a 1 liter or maybe something else. I don't really know. In Canada, we don't get these, and that's where I come from. And so to me, the Lupo is very big smiles. Now the oil looks like it's okay, probably needs to be changed. Coolant, same thing. The engine itself is a little bit more shaky than you would expect it to be. And so it's going to need a little bit of attention in that regard. Now running wise, it runs very well, nice and strong, revs good, no strange sounds or anything. Close that up. Thank you. Quick peek at the car and all of its loveliness. I think it looks excellent in black, especially with those stock wheels. I think it's a good look. Okay, so let's go over the auction inspection sheet from the Japanese auction here. These are the notes from the seller and from the inspector. So it's a 2003 Lupo, Volkswagen Lupo GTI 1600cc. They also make a Polo with the same engine, but I think this one's the one to get because it's the smaller, lighter car. I do like the looks of the Polos though. It's an auction rate 4 with an interior B. And all the way around, the vehicle is very good with basically two problems that I don't like and a couple of other things here or there, and I'll get to them. 102,377 kilometers is the original mileage. That's pretty high for a Volkswagen in Japan, and so this one would be considered a lower price one, but I think if you go for higher mileage, you can sometimes get an excellent conditioned car. Higher mileage Volkswagens go down in price really high though, because Volkswagen's kind of known as an unreliable company. But judging by the way that they feel when you drive them, that can be worth it. I have spent quite a bit on my car, but I love driving it. It just feels so good. 6-speed manual transmission, that's really excellent in a car this small. Gives you the nice short gear ratios, so that keeps your car rev happy. And this engine feels excellent when you rev it. The AC in it works. Alloy wheels, power steering, power windows, and airbag. 15-inch aluminum wheels, those are stock. HID headlights, toll collection box, and then nothing else for the note section. The report section from the auction inspector, let's just zoom in a little bit here. So steering wheel wear, driver's seat side and shift boot are ripped. I'll show you both of those when we get inside. They're basically just threadbare more than they are ripped. Interior is one part dirty. Rear bumper reinforcement has been replaced. Probably it had been rear-ended, but they wouldn't consider this an accident grade because it had nothing to do with the frame, any repairs to the frame. Various scratches and dents, and then looking at the diagram here, scuffed front bumper, windshield rock chip. It has a medium dent here. Here's the big boo-boo. AU3 is a very large dent around this back wheel, and I'll show you in a sec. And then repainted back hatch there. Probably that happened at the same time as some sort of repairs to the back, replacement to the reinforcement. And the reinforcement piece there is usually made out of a foam material, like styrofoam, or I guess it depends on the maker of the car. It could be made out of metal as well. Okay, so let's do the once around. And being an original Mini owner, this is about as close as you can get in a modern car to a Mini. I would be curious to know, because the Volkswagen has a car called the Volkswagen Up, which is a super mini, just like this, and I don't know which one is bigger than the other. I do like the look of this one, and I think I've mentioned it in all the other Lupo videos that I've made. I think that the car looks excellent with the wheels pushed way out to the outsides, and it looks really different in person than it does in the video. Since this one's going to Canada, I want to say to the owner of it, I have a good friend in Canada who's the other guy that bought several of the Lupos from us, and he's starting a Lupo support group, sort of like AA meetings. Hi, I've been a Lupo owner for the past 30 days. It has been 2 days since my last repair. And then he's really smart with Volkswagens, and so he can help, or you can help him That's what support groups are for. Okay, so the Lupo has really good looking halogen headlights, GTI grille there, and then the bigger lower valance or lower spoiler. The tires look good. This one's on stock suspension, and you see, so you have nice big wheel gaps there, especially in the rear has the larger one. What a good looking cool car. Look how big the door is. I love it. Okay, now you get vented discs on the front, and you get solid discs in the rear. No drum brakes here. And then here's the AU3. There's kind of a big dent here and a large but shallow dent there. I'm going to zoom in so that you can see it at an appropriate angle that shows the damage. Okay, tires on it are Toyo Proxy T1R, and they're a 15-inch wheel, but rather wide, kind of a weird tire size. 205/45 R15. I can't think of too many cars that have that wide of a wheel on a 15 with only a 45 profile. Super cool. Dual exhaust in the back, and in the center, best place for exhaust. Now the back hatch makes a rattle because it doesn't close properly, and this may be a result of that bump on the back, but I'm not too sure. It does close and it latches. It just, you can move it a little bit, and the trunk being closed, there's like a lamp on because of that. You might have something to do with this. I recommend go to your support group and see. Everything looks like it lines up though, so it's kind of weird. And I tried giving it a nice push like I have to do on my car. Push, but then it's still rattly. And when you start up the engine, it goes like it rattles just a little bit because of the way that the engine is when you start it. Okay, the U2 is down here. See there? And when you stand up, you can't see it too much. It's kind of rolled in the underside. The auction was not very smart, and they put gum tape on so there's sticky marks around the fuel filler. And the fuel filler goes and touches the brake light. I think that's kind of a cool design cue. Strangely, the rear tires are like 30% tread, whereas the front are 70, and so probably at some point they were swapped around. Open the doors. Watch this. This is one of my favorite parts of the car. Wow! Just going to very carefully touch that. Okay. Hard to appreciate that without actually being here. But that's almost big enough for like a Rhino to get in. I bet you a Rhino could get in there. And then GTI, red seat belts with black outsides. Very cool. And that's all four of the seat belts. Okay, the Lupos get body color doors. See that black stripe? If you get a silver one, that becomes a silver stripe. If you get a yellow one, and so on. Very simple design. One thing I don't like, it doesn't come with a glove box. Instead, it comes with these on both sides. A nice little speaker there. Okay, so we get some scratches there. And there. And then the seat rip is right here. See how it's sort of threadbare there? Okay. The seats are cool in how they pop forward when you pull them. Pull up here. Watch this. Kind of old school Golf style, to be honest. Back seats are reasonable for the size of the car, I think, and easy to get in because, like, let's pop that forward again, and so super easy to get in there. For a two-door car, I guess that's important, but most people who own two-door cars aren't going to be carrying people around in the back. You just say, nope. It's basically a two-seater. 3 pedals, grip on the floor, you probably saw that. Steering wheel's in excellent condition, nice and soft leather. You can see the trunk on lamp, or trunk open lamp. And then we get revving up to 7,000 RPM there. Yeah. We got red screen of death on the Navi. looks like it doesn't work. 2 cup holders, toll collection box, AC that works, cigarette lighter that has never been used, ashtray again, never been used, and then rips in the boot. So that needs to be replaced. 6 gears, this is in good condition. This is kind of another storage compartment in lieu of a glove box. Okay, got the auction sheet down in there, the authentic one that came from the auction. And that's basically it. Alright, Volkswagen Lupo GTI. And I would love to take one of these in the mountain with my R32. Because I think that would be all sorts of fun. Okay, end of video here. Zoom in and walk backwards at the same time. There we go. Ooh, look at it. I want to go driving now. Alright, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching and have a nice day.